about the Angels other than yet another loss. And at that now falling 4 games under 500 as they have now lost 5 in a row after getting a game over 500 and appearing to turn the page once again, giving us another buttercup full of fool's gold. And I hope all is well and you're enjoying your Saturday. It's a pretty day outside. Today reminds us of why we should be outside doing something other than watching Angels baseball. But we're hardcore fans, and we love this team. And sometimes we just love to hate them because they just twist our arms like a bigger or older brother or older sister and give us that whole rug burn, the Indian burn, twisting the arm behind our back, just punking us basically. And today was no different. The Angels appeared to be in the game for about a little bit. And then they just let the Rays do whatever the hell they wanted to them. You had Cobb pitching 4 innings, 6 runs, 6 earned, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 7 on 79 pitches. Then Quintana said, "You know what? I got you back. I got your back. We came over here together as free agents. I'm going to give you 2 innings pitched. I'm going to give you 2 more runs on 4 hits." And then the rookie, Quijada, however the hell you say his name, says, "Hey, hold my beer. I'm going to pitch a third of an inning, and I'm going to give the other team 3 hits, but I'm going to give up 5 earned runs. So beat that." And then Guerra's like, "Dude, I can't do anything right. Usually I love to give up runs, but today I'll be your best reliever, and I'll pitch 1 2/3, give up only 2 hits, get 2 walks and a strikeout, but no earned runs." So Javi Guerra was your best pitcher today out of all the pitchers, the 5 pitchers that we had today. And then the offense was just pathetic again. The offense was like, "You know what? We're going to score early. We're going to get you 3. And you guys do whatever the rest you can with the game." And 3 should be enough, right? 3 is about our average. And, they got him 3 in the third to take a 3-2 lead. And then promptly the Angels said, "You know what? I don't like having the lead." And so we only held on the lead for 1 inning and gave them 4 and another and another. And then the 7th inning, we're like, let's have some fun. And they gave up 5. And the Angels only muster, again, 3 runs and 5 hits. So, again, 5 hits. How many times have we seen 5 hits from this team? How many times have we seen any kind of walks from this team? You had 1 walk from Ohtani, and you had 2 from Gosselin, and nobody else. And we've been talking about this, how they just can't get on base. They can't have good at bats. There's 0 for 4s up and down this lineup. You got Stassi 0 for 4. Ward said, "My defense sucked yesterday, but check out when I hit today." He went 0 for 4. And, Jared Walsh was like, "I need a day off because I'm working so damn hard and this team's winning so much. I need a day off." And he went 0 for 1. And then Iglesias said, "You know what? I'm going to go 0 for 3. So he went 0 for 3. And Lagares got a hit today. Fletcher got another hit. He's been solid lately. He's hitting when nobody's hitting now. Renifo says 0 for 4. Psh, I got that. And then, Ohtani got that 1 hit. Rendon got the 1 hit with the 2 RBIs. And that's about it. You really just have a soft lineup that just doesn't care. And they're not changing their approach. They're not trying to get on base. You're getting these 3 runs, 5 hits. That's it. You're not getting any really good at bats out there. You're not working the counts. You're not doing anything right now. So this is just another game. This doesn't even qualify as a buttercup game. This qualifies just as a failed experiment, a failed, performance. It's just terrible all the way around. There's no way to look at it. I really thought they'd come into this Tampa series with some fire and some gusto to try to win some games, number 1. Number 2, I thought they'd come out and try to revenge what happened at the Big A. And again, nothing seems to have changed. And so tomorrow looks like a freaking sweep. Try to convince me how this is going to be anywhere different. Grillmaster checks in with good song. He was the first one to say a comment today. Grillmaster also says torture is commonplace for the Angels. Chase says, "Wow." And then that's what we like, Grillmaster says. The game sucked after the 2nd inning, Ace says. Yes, it did. Geez, that was rough. Chase comes back with, and then he says, "We suck." Trouta here says, "I'm going to be out for a bit, so I'm going to miss this show." Grillmaster says, and then let's see, Ben says, "What was the score?" As sort of like rubbing in. "We lost by 10, brother. We lost by 10. We can't all have the Giants' resurgent team that you have, my friend." Anthony Carrero says, "I'm getting used to losing games like this," and that's the sad thing. Who was that fat pitcher, number 65? Trouta here says, I think that was Quintana or whatever his name is. Grillmaster says, "These wins are a mirage, by the way, those wins that we got. Expect to never win again." Let's see. Chase also say today was a day that I've come to terms with this team aren't making the playoffs. Nats fan says, "Damn, we got spanked today, 13-3. Fire the hitting coaches, Madden and Wise. I don't care about what Mateo says. He's bad. It's got to be done. Anyone watch JC's post game?" Chase says, "It's sad when we take the lead. I know that we will end up losing." Trout here says, "Yep. Agree with Grill Masters. They need to get a new hitting coach. Time to fire our coaches." Yvette says something needs to be done. Let's see. Yvette also says Sutton and Matty V are jinx, so go away. Bad game all around. Chase says, "Go Junior Guerra." Yeah, Junior Guerra was our best pitcher today. How many times have we been able to say that this year? Jaime says, "We're not going to win a single game in the next 4. I hope I eat crow." I hope so too, buddy. But again, I can't disagree with that. And the way that they're playing right now, there's just no way to say, hey, they're going to turn the page tomorrow. I don't see it either. Another typical Angels game, Heath says. Chase also says that win streak was a hoax. Well, look who they played, Chase. We definitely know it was a hoax now. And let's see. Yvette also says that was Quintana tonight with the 2 runs. And this team is giving up a lot of runs out of the bullpen, as you saw today. And you know what? For as good as Cobb has pitched recently, he's just got nothing in this game today. Another thing we're going to talk about on this game today, we had a question of the day about the managers, who's been the best over the last few years, or just how things are going. And Chase brought up a point, or no, I think Randy actually brought up a point about saying, do you retire Socha's number 14? Remember, he's got us all the division titles, more than I think any other manager, plus most wins in franchise history, plus the fact that the only title for now, hopefully it's for now, not hopefully of all time, but he got us that one title. So hopefully, I don't know. I would right now, if Randy was asking if we were to retire Socha's number, I'd say, yeah, why not? He did a lot for this team. The last few years were tumultuous, but hey, for the most part, he was the winningest manager on this team, so you can't take that away from him at all. So as we move into the rest of this weekend, we got one more game with Tampa Bay before we start out the week series with New York, and then we come home for Boston and Baltimore, I believe it is, or I might be wrong on that. We might have Oakland in between. But just the fact that, I'm not even looking ahead no more. I mean, this team now, I think we're going to be something like 8.5 out of the wild card, depending on who wins and loses tonight. We're already about a sinking ship as far as the division's over. They're about 10.5 to 11 games up on us, maybe higher by the end of the night. So this team's faded fast, and the only compensation. See, the thing that sucks is they go by last year's record. So this year's record, the Angels would be picking towards the top, in the top 10 easily. But they go by last year's record, and by last year's record, which was the exhibition season, we're probably going to finish like around, I think we're picking 17th or 18th around there, somewhere around there, maybe even a little higher. So that kind of sucks. It'll play into next year getting a better draft pick, but there's so many good pitchers coming out this year. And I will say in the first 4 rounds, there could be some diamonds in the rough, so hopefully the Angels do not miss on those, and they're able to capitalize. I'm trusting Perry will have a good draft, considering his track record working down there in Atlanta, rebuilding that pitching staff. So let's get back in here to some of these comments real quick. And Drizzle joins in. He says, this team sucks. Chase says, just give me another L already, and another. It says, what's that spell? Failure. And then Ace says, Mike Zedino loves feasting on Angels pitching no matter what team he plays for. Absolutely. The Halos realm says, call up Mike Crotch. I love it. Trotter here says, I'm not going to give a shit until the team does anything. And then Nats fan says, Madden was praising Cash for catching Madden's wins in Tampa. That wasn't hard to do because it wasn't that long there in the tooth. But basically, Cash just walked into a team that's already built with a good general manager. It was basically everyone that worked for the guy that went to Andrew Friedman, who went to the Dodgers. Basically, Friedman's staff stayed on at Tampa. Most of the some of the coaches from when Madden left stayed on in Tampa. So it's like he pretty much inherited a good staff, and he had a good minor league system to draw his guys from. So Cash is just feasting off of the former regime there, and the regime that's still there is taking care of that team. And the Tampa Bay is considered to be one of the most consistent teams recently in the last 10 years. close to the playoffs or in the playoff picture or even in the World Series. So that's a good squad over there. They've been that way for a good while now, maybe since 15 years ago when they were in the World Series for the first time against the Philadelphia Phillies, which seems like a long time ago, or like it never happened when they took on the Philadelphia Phillies. As far as this team's concerned, the Angels have a lot of issues. I mean, look, we got into a lot of them yesterday. We went on a rant. I'm not going to stay on anywhere close to yesterday's show because I'm going to go to a brewery with my pops and family. We're going to go have some drinks in Arcadia. I want to get out the house. I was out briefly this morning before the game and, was not paying attention much in the second half of that game, to be honest with you, doing stuff around the house because I'm like, dude, really? This team is just looking crappier and crappier as the game went on. And you could kind of predict it or see it just in the body language on the players that they just were not into this game, as was the game last night too, which was a much closer game. And they at one point, and they just weren't in it at all. They just were like whatever about the whole thing. So it's frustrating to watch. I feel your pain. I want to tell you it's going to get better. I want to tell you that they're going to go on a run. I want to tell you that they're going to put it all together. But when we talked earlier in the season, even when I was on the other page, I thought that this team had a run in them. I thought that they had a run in them to go about a good 8 to 10 games to win, and I thought that they could get back in the playoff race. I thought that Houston would fall back at some point. I was wrong about that. I was wrong that Oakland would be on this hot of a streak. I thought we'd be a little closer to them. The only thing I was right about was that the pitching got a little bit better. I was projecting the offense to be the one that caught up with the pitching and was scoring 6-7 runs a game, exciting, getting guys on base because we're hitting home runs. The home runs aren't the problem. It's just a launch angle on a lot of these guys. They don't, Fletcher doesn't need to be trying to copy, or Lagares doesn't need to be copying freaking Ohtani's swing or Rendon's swing. We need guys to be getting on base, whether it's walks, singles, doubles, do whatever you can to get on bunts. There has to be traffic on the bases, and there just hasn't been that until we get a consistent 1985 baseball, which this isn't 1985 baseball. This is 2021. We need launch angle swings. It's not 1985 baseball. If this was 1985 baseball, this team would be more inclined to sacrifice for one another, to play better, to not always swing for the fences, and to work walks and to take pitches. This team doesn't do any of that. So until they do that, there can't be any run. There can't be any win streaks. There can't, no matter how good the pitching is, no matter how bad the pitching is, because we're going to have nights like this where we give up 10 runs or more. It's just going to happen because of the staff we have, either starters or the bullpen. But what should be happening is we should be scoring more than 3 runs a game. I don't care if Trout's not in there. There still should be some adequate hitting on this club, and there is. They're just not doing it. They are not doing it. So let me get to a few more of these comments because it's just one of those games where I don't have much for you guys today, and I'm sorry for that. Let's see. The Rays are deadly fish to the Angels. Yes, they are. They keep winning. Madden was, let's see, I already read that one. Jaime says they lose Morton and Snell and still have a top 5 staff. Jaime, it's because of who they draft. It's because of who they sign. It's because of it's because who coaches them. These pitchers listen to their coaches, and the coaches pay attention to the players. The Angels hitting coaches and their pitching coaches don't know. They don't care. It doesn't appear until they change my mind. They don't act like they're in it to win it. And they don't, there is none of this like firsthand basis where look at our old coaches from before. You could see how they would work with the players. You just don't see it. Your Mickey Hatchers of the world, your Ron Renickes, players like that would actually work with the players. They don't do that on this team. The only one that I see that does it consistently that I've seen when they pan into the dugout, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Jose Molina has been the only one that's been hands-on with the catchers, and he's been working really good sometimes talking to some of the pitchers. Other than that, I don't really see any of the other coaches working with any of the players, maybe Butterfield too, but that's about it. I really don't see that one-on-one type basis that we need. You need coaching in this league to win. Yvette says they weren't our commentators at the beginning, and they weren't when they were winning games, but they come in and we suck. You know what? And a lot of people are superstitious, and they don't like our commentators, and they look. I love Matty V, and sometimes I like Sutton, but their records with us, no matter, they're not playing the games, but it just feels like they're jinxing us. So I get your point. I see the reality, but I also see your point as well. He says, "Why do we even match up well? Who do we even match up well anymore? The Orioles, the Rangers? Fuck, dude, I don't even think the Rangers, because the Rangers bite us in the ass a lot. I think the teams that we match up with for some reason are the Twins, and also what's that other team that we just spanked? The Tigers for the most part, Arizona." Teams like that, Kansas City. Other than that, we don't really match up with anyone else good. It's going to be better. It's not going to be any better this season. Keywords, this season. So Chase is looking already to next season. I think all of us are. Because I think this is going to be like a transforming of a team of next year. It's going to be night and day. Mark my words on that one. Even if Yarbrough pitches poorly tomorrow, the Rays bullpen is still solid. Absolutely. And watch what would happen tomorrow too, Ace. The Angels will get like 4 or 5 runs off of Yarbrough. Let's just say that happens. It's 5 runs on 6 hits through 3 innings, and the Angels lead 5-1, right? Watch what happens when the Rays bullpen comes in there, and then our bullpen buttercups it. And then the Angels offense decides does not score any more runs, and we lose 6-5, 8-5, because it's happened, because that's what happened with Oakland. We got them early, and then we just stopped hitting, and then that's what happened. See, every team can adjust to us, and we don't adjust back. Every team changes up the way they do things midway through if we get to them early, and we just sit there like, keep on swinging for the fences. Nothing changes, and then we wonder why we can't get but 2 hits the rest of the game, and nobody's drawing a walk, because they adjust to our strike zone or to the strike zone from the umpire. They adjust to the way that we're hitting, and they adjust to the way the game is going. The Angels just sit there and like, just keep going. Keep doing what you were doing. Yeah, but they changed up. No, keep doing what you're doing. Nothing changes. They don't try to change or to adapt. So if they're not getting the corners, stop trying to swing for the fences or swing go the other way. You know what I mean? Like, just try to adjust too. And the Angels just don't do it. That comes down to coaching. Nats fan says, enjoy the brewery. Todd, yep, it's all good. Go drink. We'll be the first to start. Have a good drink. See you tomorrow. Yeah, and hopefully a better game. Yeah, I'm going to be getting out of here in a few minutes. Yvette says, Mabel was right. We give up the games. We give the games away even before the game begins. And Drizzle says they're putting themselves in a difficult position real early. Justin Upton was a bigger part to the win streak than we thought, Chase says. I agree. Let's see. Jaime says, why doesn't Madden start openers? Our starters suck versus lineups. Third time around, you would think they would at least try it. Exactly. What's worse than watching the Angels lose is listening to Darren Sutton. During the game, Sutton spoke about Cobb having a closed-door team meeting last week. Who else knew? Nobody, because nobody reports on it. And if Cobb is having the closed-door meeting, it obviously didn't work. Because it seems like if he did it last week, that's when they were winning. It seemed to go the other way. Keep Trout out for the rest of the year, and it's been 3 games. Is Rendon hurt again? I don't know. Maybe they just decided to give him a night off because he's been working so hard. So with that being said, I'm going to hit the brewery up in Arcadia. If anyone's in the area and want to say hi, go for it. I doubt it, but Arcadia is not exactly Angel territory, but it's called the Mount Low Brewery, and it's got like an apple cinnamon beer, a raspberry beer. I'm not really into flavored beers, but I heard these are really, really good. They make all their own stuff, and they have pretty good food trucks over there as well. So they don't make their own food on the outside or in the inside, but they have those food trucks lined up. So I'm kind of thrilled and pumped to go somewhere nice tonight. It's a good atmosphere. They got a lot of like table games, like the big ass checkers, the big old Jenga stuff, and then the cornhole and stuff like that inside the bar, which is pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to go with some friends and family right now. And go Angels. Check out the merchandise on Redbubble if you haven't already. We got some pretty funny stuff up there, some cool stuff. It all supports the page. And tomorrow is Trucker Hat giveaway, so be in line for that. And hopefully we can get a W and give away a couple hats, because I didn't give away. We'll have 2 questions tomorrow. I skipped it on Wednesday because of that rant. I was so pissed off about the Giants, I completely forgot. So tomorrow will be 2 hat giveaway for Trucker Hat giveaway again. So thank you so much, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Enjoy yourself. Have a beer and or a drink.